Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into a topic that has intrigued and maybe puzzled people for a long time: why older women might have particular preferences when it comes to the men they date. But don't worry, this isn't just about physical attributes. There's so much more to attraction, and today we'll explore it all, from emotional depth to communication skills. And yes, we'll throw in some funny psychology facts along the way to keep things interesting. First off, let's talk about one of the most important aspects of attraction for many older women: emotional maturity. When it comes to relationships, maturity plays a big role. Life experience often gives us clarity on what we truly want in a partner. Older women have often been through different relationships, learned what works and what doesn't, and they tend to seek out partners who have also learned a few life lessons. They're looking for someone who understands life on a deeper level and can handle its ups and downs without losing their cool. And speaking of cool, here's a fun psychology fact: people who are comfortable laughing at themselves are often happier and more confident. They're not afraid to poke a little fun at their own quirks, and that kind of lightheartedness is attractive at any age. So if you're the kind of guy who can laugh at yourself when you trip over your own feet, you're already scoring points. Older women often want someone who brings a sense of peace and stability to the relationship. After all, they're past the stage of wanting drama. They're looking for a partner, not a soap opera. But here's where size comes in, and it's not just about physical size. Think of size here as a man's character, his ability to empathize, to listen, to communicate openly. You could say it's a big personality in the best possible way. Older women often value depth: someone who's grounded, who can hold their own in a conversation, and who knows who they are. This maturity and self-assuredness add a kind of weight to a man that's highly attractive. And it's not something that just anyone can fake, no matter how hard they might try. Now let's move on to physical compatibility. When we think of size, it's easy to jump to conclusions about certain physical traits. But physical compatibility is really about the overall comfort and chemistry between two people. Older women often look for a partner who makes them feel comfortable and safe, both physically and emotionally. This could mean preferring someone who has a certain presence or body type, but more often than not, it's about feeling secure. Physical compatibility goes beyond just looks. It's about how you feel in each other's presence. Here's a funny fact to consider: hugging someone for at least 20 seconds releases oxytocin, the love hormone which promotes bonding and trust. So next time you're with someone you like, don't underestimate the power of a good, long hug. Just make sure it's someone you know. Don't go around hugging strangers for 20 seconds. That could get awkward pretty quickly. Now, on to another key ingredient: confidence. Confidence is one of those things that's attractive at any age, but it's especially appealing as we get older. Many older women are drawn to men who carry themselves with confidence, who don't need to prove anything. A confident man doesn't have to shout or boast about his accomplishments. He simply exudes a calm, self-assured vibe that's magnetic. And here's another fun fact: studies show we're often attracted to people who walk at the same speed as us. So if you ever find yourself strolling alongside someone who's matching your pace, it could be more than just a coincidence. Confidence, in many ways, is like that perfect pace. It feels natural and aligns well with others without needing to be forced. Confidence gives a person a certain presence, and this kind of confidence can make a man's aura feel larger than life. It's one of the reasons why older women often prioritize it. Confidence has a way of amplifying all the other qualities that make a person attractive. You could say it's like wearing a suit that's perfectly tailored to you. Confidence allows a person to be exactly who they are, without trying to change themselves or impress anyone. Now let's talk about something that's often underrated: good communication. For many older women, a partner who can communicate openly and honestly is invaluable. In fact, studies have shown that good communication is one of the top factors in long-term relationship satisfaction. The ability to express your thoughts, to listen actively, and to be open about your feelings can create a deep sense of connection. And speaking of honesty, here's a funny psychology fact: the average person lies 3 times within the first 10 minutes of meeting someone new. Shocking, right? But don't worry, these aren't usually big lies, more like, "Yeah, I love that band too." Or, "Sure, I'm a big reader, so." Authenticity goes a long way in forming real connections. Older women tend to appreciate partners who are genuine, who can be real and vulnerable without putting up a front. As relationships mature, connection often comes down to being real with each other, not trying to impress or play games. A partner who can listen and empathize, who can admit when they're wrong and make amends, is someone who's built for lasting relationships. And for many older women, these qualities are far more attractive than any physical trait alone. Here's another funny fact that highlights the importance of good humor in relationships. Research shows that laughter releases endorphins, making us feel closer and more connected. Couples who laugh together often have stronger bonds because humor helps them see the lighter side of life. And sometimes, being able to laugh through the challenges is what keeps relationships strong. To wrap things up, let's bring all of these qualities together. When it comes to why older women may prefer men of a certain size, it's not just about physical attributes. It's about emotional maturity, the way a man communicates, his confidence, and his ability to make her feel safe and comfortable. Attraction is a blend of all these things, a combination of traits that make a person feel right, like they've finally found someone who gets them. Age brings a lot of clarity to what we want in a partner, and for many older women, it's about finding someone who checks all the boxes, someone who is grounded, who listens, who communicates, and who brings out the best in them. It's not about drama or playing games, it's about building something real and meaningful. Attraction is a journey, one that evolves with us as we grow. So if you're out there wondering how to be attractive to someone with experience and depth, remember, it's not just about the way you look, it's about how you make her feel, how well you listen, and whether you can share a laugh in life's little moments. After intercourse, women love continued intimacy much more than men do. To turn over and fall asleep, whenever a woman feels sexually fulfilled, it can initiate a positive cycle of constant and wonderful experiences. Interestingly, women who often touch their own bodies are likely to have greater levels of sexual hormones. It's intriguing to note that surprising a lady with your bedroom skills is considerably more rewarding than boasting about them in advance, as high expectations can sometimes lead to disappointments. Conversely, a woman typically expresses a lack of interest by avoiding eye contact and looking down, while maintaining eye contact typically signifies interest. 1% of women have the ability to reach full orgasms simply by touching their breasts. The clitoris, an amazing part of the human body, is the only body part that never ages. Furthermore, a normal female orgasm lasts a tremendous amount of time, 4 times longer than its male counterpart. When it comes to the requisition, "How am I looking?" sincerity might not be the best strategy. Long periods of solitude might lead to an acceptance of loneliness, while fear of being alone might prevent someone from understanding their true potential. Furthermore, women generally prefer a male genital organ between 8 and 10 cm in length. Sexual compatibility is a big deal, with 80% of women examining it before getting married. Women between the ages of 40 and 50 frequently appreciate more intensified orgasms compared to their younger years due to a lower amount of bodily water. Women are likely to get drunk much quicker than men. Women's habit of using washrooms in groups sometimes includes having conversations, making comments, and doing makeup. Orgasms are a peak moment for female orgasms, which makes it much more likely for women to experience orgasms. Women also enjoy when people can read their body language, such as pointing their feet towards a specific person, playing with their hair, or standing close. Furthermore, human testes can generate 1,500 sperm during every heartbeat. Surprisingly, a person can keep friendships with up to 150 people during their lifetime. When meeting for the very first time, an astonishing 80% of men tend to look at your breasts. Women, on the contrary, regularly lick their lips during conversation with the person they find charming. Husbands and wives who spend time watching porn together likely show deeper commitment levels. Mark Twain is known to have said, "The two most significant days in your life are the moment that you were born and the moment you find out why." In Western culture, the foot is a remarkably common cause of sexual fetishism. Additionally, it's generally recommended to never cry in the presence of your wife, regardless of the pain. To effectively turn a woman on, concentrate on a variety of erogenous zones, including the thighs, breasts, and neck area, instead of just the genitals. Engaging in disagreements with a fool is pointless. They will bring you down to their level, defeat you with experience. Surprisingly, an average-sized male genital organ is frequently enough for satisfaction. Wealth, a friend, a wife, and a kingdom can be recovered. But once the soul is lost, it can never be recovered again. Whenever you are dealing with an evil person or a thorn, there are just two alternatives: smash them under your boot or keep far away from them. Makeouts are substantially more emotional for women than for men. For men, it's generally more about the physical experience. Fear of death stems from fear of life. Men who live fully are ready to die at any time. Bitterness, a destructive asset, frequently destroys the vessel harboring it more than whatever it is unleashed onto. Interestingly, women are more likely to experience romantic feelings after indulging themselves in romantic movies or listening to love music. A man's mood dramatically impacts his physical appearance toward women, creating a unique attraction. During ovulation, a woman is more likely to think about adultery than at any other period in her cycle. Accompanying a woman as she purchases undergarments could potentially trigger sexual desire. An hour with a beautiful girl feels like just a second, yet sitting on a red-hot cinder extends that second into a painful eternity. That's relativity for you. A man's scent can attract a woman's interest, possibly blooming into affection. Women aged 30 to 40 generally engage in more potent sex fantasies and prefer casual relationships compared to their younger counterparts. Many women experience peak desire when both vaginal and nipple stimulation are combined. Avoid dwelling on the past or dreaming of the future. Concentrate your attention on the present moment. Contrary to common belief, women are not dressing up for men, they get dressed for themselves, depending on mood swings, time for the season, waxing routines, period cycles, and accessible accessories. Women's habit of using washrooms in groups sometimes includes having conversations, making comments, and doing makeup. Elation is a peak moment for female orgasms, which makes it much more likely for women to experience orgasms. Women also enjoy when people can read their body language, such as pointing their feet towards a specific person, playing with their hair, or standing close. Have you ever noticed how women's handbags are filled with an array of seemingly insignificant items that they believe might potentially come in handy one day? Spoiler alert, they barely do. Female orgasms wonderfully do not have an expiration date, with some women having them up to the age of 90. Surprisingly, depression may occasionally be activated when a woman is stimulated or involved in the act of romance. When attracted to a man, a woman's voice can quicken and pitch higher, showing her interest in a surprising twist. Semen encompasses zinc and calcium substances proven to prevent tooth decay. Research reveals that intimacy involving the breast substantially enhances sexual stimulation in men.